Welcome back. I hope you are really diving in and taking the homework seriously this week and spending time to set up the foundations for your business. You're going to find that the more time that you spend now, the better things are going to be in the future, the less stressful, and you're not going to have to come back and redo as much. So please take the time to go through these exercises and take them seriously. Now, today we're going to jump into task management. Now, task management is really important whether you're a VA or a social media manager, online business manager, because online businesses have to make sure that things are getting done and tasks are everywhere. It's what we do as VAs, right? So, it might be client success, it might be social media content, it might be, just making sure that a launch is going as planned. So, what I encourage you to do is I'm going to have some tutorials in the resources section of this course where we go over a couple different project management systems. There's Asana, there's Monday, there's Trello. There's so many different options here. The biggest key is just pick one and make sure you use it, because the more organized you can be for your client, the better. Now, when we look at some of these different project management systems, you're going to be better prepared to truly organize your client's business. Having dialed in task management or project management skills is crucial for any professional business, even if it's online or in person. This is where you're going to really be able to hone in that focus and that productivity, and you're going to really help your client feel like they are number one. Because I don't care if we have one client or 5 clients, every client needs to feel like they are your number one client. And by utilizing a task management system, you're going to be able to do that easily without stressing yourself out. Now, right now, I prefer Monday. I used to prefer Asana. So really, it doesn't matter what you use. Figure out what makes sense to you. There's different free versions of all of them. There's paid versions. You don't need a paid version within your business. A lot of clients have their own project management system set up. So whatever they are using, just run with it. Google search anything that you come up with. Google is always your friend when it comes to this type of work. Now, when you're in your project management system, you can create different boards. So what I encourage you to do with a board is think of a board as like the big project. Okay. So let's think of a launch. If you're working with a business coach who is launching an online course, that launch is the board. Okay. And all these project management systems might have different wording for what, a board is, but you get the idea. It is going to be the overall project. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to look at the timeline. What needs to happen every single day from now until then for that launch to be successful. And I don't care how small that task is, it needs to be somewhere on your board. It needs to be assigned to a person and it needs to have a deadline. Okay. And let's say, it's 7 o'clock at night, you're not supposed to be working, it's not on your time blocking, right? But something comes up and you're like, oh, I don't think it's on the board, or I don't think I've done that, or I don't know if we thought about this. What I want you to do is just really quickly put it on your board and deal with it tomorrow. That's the great thing about these systems, is that we're able to just to put things there so that we can check it later and make sure it gets done. Because, or if someone, let's say your team uses Slack. Slack is a great communication tool, and your client said, hey, can you do this? And it's at the end of your time blocking for them and you can't do it right now, and you're like, yes, I will get to that tomorrow, my pleasure. Instead of relying on your own memory to make sure that you see that message they sent, or the whole unread method a lot of people use, I want you just to quickly copy and paste whatever message they sent you and create a task and sign yourself and put tomorrow's deadline. And it's just going to make sure that things don't fall through the crack. I don't care how, pretty this project looks. I'm more concerned that every single task that you say you're going to do, or that a client asks you to do, is somewhere on this project management board, and the great thing here is it's going to send you emails as reminders. You're going to be able to sort by due date, and it's just going to make your client feel like, wow, so-and-so really understands my business. When they say something's going to get done, it's going to get done. And this is how we keep clients happy. And this is how we make sure that we're providing the best support possible. One thing you'll find is that there's lots of templates on all of these project management systems. And so you can play around and, you can have a board of just your work. So you could have that launch board. You could have a project board for just your work where, you're promising different things and just putting things in there like, oh, I need to email this, customer tomorrow about this thing. Or if a customer says, oh yeah, I'm gonna make that payment Friday, a great thing to do is put that in your project board and say, check and see if this customer made a payment on Friday. Because then your client knows, wow, I don't have to worry about things happening because so-and-so has such great follow-up skills that everything gets done, right? And so my task for you guys tonight is to play around with a free version of at least 2 task management apps. Okay. Or if you already know one you like, that's fine. You don't have to play around with anything. But I want you to go and look at there's ClickUp, Asana, Monday, Trello. I mean, Microsoft Online has some kind of version of it. There's so many different project management tools out there. I just want you to take time to play around with a couple tonight and decide for your business, not just your client's business, but for your business, which one are you going to use? And later on, we're going to start putting things in there and making it really function well for us. But for now, we're just going to see which one speaks well to you, which one do you really understand how it functions. And tomorrow we'll be back. So please make sure that you're doing the homework every week or every night, because I really don't want you guys to fall behind. And this stuff is crucial for a solid foundation for your VA business.